Live from the MENA ICT Forum 2013 in the Dead Sea, I'm with Marwan Juma, the chairman of Kins and Dojo. كيف حالك?
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you, of course. What brings you to MENA ICT Forum?
I was moderating the first session. I was moderator. I'm speaking at the closing session tomorrow. And it feels like home. I've always been involved in these forums, so that's what I came down.
And what are you speaking about?
Tomorrow we're going to summarize the event basically, and I'm going to address the infrastructure side in terms of the physical and the human, what needs to be done in our region to basically leapfrog, if we can leapfrog, because now we're seeing technology moving at a very, very fast pace. But investing in technology is not only we have to invest in people as well, because at the end of the day, technology is a tool. How we use it, how we harness it, it's up to us as Arabs. So we will talk about that tomorrow at the closing. And I'm the other 4 panelists, with His Majesty hopefully present, and take it from there, because there's a lot of work ahead of us.
How do you think we can raise awareness about the importance of investing in people?
Well, I think if you take a look at how many jobs we need to create in the Arab world in the coming 10 years, 100 million jobs. So unless you create the environment for companies to thrive and prosper and hire people and grow, and you also have to create new jobs nowadays. The old economy is no longer there. There are new jobs being created. People create their own jobs. Technology is changing the landscape as we speak, changing the rules of the game as we speak. So basically, the governments have to create the enabling environment to move away, basically. So I can establish a company, I can exit easily. If I liquidate, I can liquidate. If I have to close my company, I can close it easily. So acceptance of failure is very important in our part of the world. But investing in the quality of education is key. It's not only reading and learning, it's basically reading and writing. It's basically how we educate people, make them thinkers, challengers, how we invest in soft skills, which we lack throughout the Arab world, is very, very important. And basically realizing that ICT can really be an enabler for us in our part of the world, that we can leapfrog if we really invest in it, but also investing in people at the same time.
What are your expectations from the forum this year?
The fact that we held the forum in very difficult times in our region, and the presence of so many people, the quality and the quantity is very important. But also, hopefully, there'll be some deals announced. But these forums are not for deals, basically. They're more for networking, meeting old friends again, seeing old friends like you, seeing a lot of my old friends here as well. But also cementing Jordan really as the hub of ICT in the region, because we have the human talent. And looking at Jordan, not only for Jordan, but as the region as a whole. If we Arabs ignore our boundaries and realize we have a common language, common heritage, common culture, and we can work closer together, that's where IT can bridge that gap, I think. So hopefully see more cooperation between Arab companies and less government involvement. Having certain government, I know how important it is for government to step out of the way, just to create the environment, make it easy for companies to thrive and prosper and step aside. But I think everyone is talking about education. Everyone's realizing the Arab Spring, a lot of it had to do with the fact that there isn't enough hope for a lot of the Arab youth. We're not creating enough jobs, and now pressure will only continue to mount. So unless we're willing to reinvent ourselves and do things differently, but also harness technology. At the end of the day, if you can harness technology, it can help you leapfrog. So a lot of challenges, a lot of opportunities at the same time, though.
Who are you hoping to see from the regional and international attendees or speakers?
I've seen most of them. A lot of them are old friends. A lot of people from Cisco, from IBM, from Google, a lot of Arabs. I like the fact that you're seeing more Jordanian, more Arab entrepreneurs, more startups, more young people. And this is happening globally. If you go to events nowadays, you see less and less of the big players, and you see more and more local and regional people, young Jordanians, young Arabs. And what technology is basically changing the landscape in terms of, if you have an idea, you can reach out to the global audience instantaneously with mobile, with everybody being connected. This 2 years ago wasn't available. For young entrepreneurs nowadays, if you come up with an app that hits it big, you can make it instantaneously. This is an opportunity that wasn't available 2 or 3 years ago. So we're living an inflection point. We lived one back when the PC first came about, when the internet came about. This is the third inflection point, with everyone being connected everywhere. So for a lot of these Jordanians, a lot of the Arabs, their audience is not necessarily in the region. They say, if I can create an app, I can reach anyone anywhere. So the audience is not even regional.
It opens up boundaries.
Which makes it in itself both a challenge and an opportunity, because now your audience is global, but so is the competition. Which means nowadays we can't look at measuring ourselves against our neighbors. We have to measure ourselves against people to our west as well. There are more old friends here. Don't believe me, he's saying. Yeah. This is live, by the way. No. Yeah.
It's all very inspiring, very interesting. It's nice to see Arab youth get
Exactly.
straight into work.
We're done.
and
It's
getting
not longer. I mean, we've been there, done that. It's hopefully the next generation now has to dictate the rules of the game. They have huge opportunity. I think as the older entrepreneurs, the older generation, as governments, if we facilitate, if we can help them establish their companies, if we can help fund them, if we can mentor them and support them, and create that ecosystem, and help them accept failure. In our part of the world, acceptance of failure is very, very important, because if you don't try, you're not going to fail.
Did you meet any young Arab entrepreneurs
I always do.
that's someone or a business idea
Inspiring.
that you would like to
Oh yeah, I've mentored a few myself recently, and very beautiful, simple ideas, but they know the pain. Anytime you create a company, if you know the pain, if you know what the need is, you can thrive. And what we're trying to teach entrepreneurs is don't get taken away by technology. At the end of the day, it's a business, so you have to stick to business basics, and you have to know what the customer needs. If you know the need, if you know the pain, then opportunity can be huge. So I think for the Arabs, and in Jordan it's happening. We're seeing transformation, that people are willing to take risk, willing to accept failure, which was unheard of back a few years ago. Now we're seeing, hopefully this can become contagious throughout the Arab world as well. And we're living interesting times, to say the least.
Very interesting, very inspiring. Marwan Juma, شكرا كثير. Thank you, absolutely. خليكم معنا. You can join in on the conversation at MENA ICT, hashtag MENA ICT, and you can watch the rest of the videos on our official YouTube page, MENA ICT.